parts. Yeah, that was my knuckle that just hit the table. It's okay. I'm fine. No worries. And let's dive into it, okay? At this point, it's on example 5 and 6. I'm hoping that you're starting to get a hang of it. So I want you to figure out the U, the DU, the V, the DV, and the V. I'm just going to try it again. Ooh. On your own, because I need you to try to do this on your own. So you can do the daily practice, okay? So go ahead and try to figure out these 4 and see if you can actually set it up on your own. All right, so pause the video now. All right, now that you unpause the video, let's go through this. This is a trig function. This whole thing is a log function, technically. All right, so since this is a log function, that's going to be your u. It's just really weird to have a trig function and a log function. Okay, so I know you're going to love this, and actually I'm going to move this over. That's not going to let me. You have to do the chain rule on this. And the chain rule states is you have to do the derivative of the outside over the derivative of the inside. Well, if you derive the outside, it's going to be 1 over whatever's in the inside, so cosine of x. And then you have to derive the cosine of x. And the derivative of cosine of x is negative sine of x. Don't simplify this. Don't write another trig function. Don't do it. Okay, I know you probably thought about it. Just don't, because it makes life easier. Okay, the other part is sine of x dx, because we have to put that into play. And if you integrate that, you get negative cosine of x. So we're going to do our little crossy thing. Feeling the blue. And we're going to write natural log. I always do that. Whenever I make a parenthesis, I always think I make it in my brain think it's a C. All right, natural log cosine of x times negative cosine of x, and I'm going to end up rewriting that because I just don't like the way it looks, minus negative cosine of x times this. And I'm going to put it together. I guess I should say that clearer. But I'm not going to make it negative tangent of x. There's just no need to. So we get sine of x with the negative over cosine of x, and I didn't write it here, but we need the dx. All right. What's awesome about this problem is the cosine and cosine cancel out, and then the negative and the negative cancel out. So you're actually left with, I'm going to rewrite this like I said it would, negative cosine of x times natural log of cosine of x minus the integral of sine of x dx. So though this problem looks complicated, it's not as bad as you'd think. So negative cosine of x times the natural log of cosine of x minus, the integral for this is negative cosine of x. So a negative and a negative is a positive. And we add the plus c, and that's your answer. That's it. Some people find integration by parts a little bit easier than u substitution. I think integration by parts, as long as you know this liate thing, because I did not know that in college, does help make it a little bit easier of what to use. I kind of had to play the guess and check game in college. This little acronym is a lifesaver. So I think it makes it a little bit more easy to start up than u substitution. So this might be an easier method, although a lot of college students complain about integration by parts. It's really not that bad. Okay. Last one, okay? Algebraic, exponential, light. All right, I want to see how much you can do this. And obviously I can't see it, but just think of me watching and seeing how far you, assessing you. Don't make that freak you out, okay? I want to see how far you can go with this problem without me. Obviously, if you get stuck, start the video back up, get done with it, fast forward, and get the answer. So go ahead and pause the video now. All right, now that you restarted it, let's go over what, at least the u part. So u, du, dv, v. So u, it comes before the exponential, or the u's based off the liate method, and algebraic comes before exponential, so we're going to use the x. What's great is when you derive it, it's 1 dx. So means we're not going to have to do it twice, so good news, good news. And then you have to use e to the negative x dx. Now, some people would say that when you integrate e to the negative x dx, you have to use substitution, and the u would be negative x, and then you would derive it, it would be negative 1 dx, and then you would solve for dx, and that gets you negative 1 du. So then you would go through, integrate it. I'm going to do this. EU, negative 1 du. You kick out the negative, and that give you negative e to the u power plus c, obviously. And so it's e to the negative e to the negative x power plus c. I don't think we need to do all that. I think you can think about this logically. If there's a negative here, then when you would go backwards, like when you would derive backwards, hey, Noah, no, not right now. This negative, when you would derive it, would get rid of that negative, making it positive, and you go back to it. So we have it. We don't need to do all this. We really don't need to. But if you need to personally, then go for it. Okay, not knocking you. I just don't think we need to. I think we're all pretty intelligent. We're doing really good. Great job in calculus, so we're good. All right, so we're going to do x times negative e to the negative x. I'm only writing this because this way, only because I know you like me to follow the steps pretty strictly. I'm going to rearrange that because I don't like the way it looks. And then you're going to do negative e to the negative x times 1 dx, or just dx. I'm not following the rules there. We don't need to. Okay, Mesa? So negative e to the negative x times x. We already integrated this. Actually, I should say, we already have the answer to the integral of this, because if you integrate just the e to the negative x, I'm trying to explain this properly. If you only integrate this right here, we did it. So then the negative and the negative would cancel, making it positive. So you end up with minus e to the negative x plus c. And that's the answer. Actually, I don't like the way that's written at all. Let's try again. Negative x times e to the negative x minus e to the negative x plus c. I like that so much better. Whew. Okay, that calms the soul a little bit. All right, that's it for integration by parts. If you have any questions, tomorrow's the day to ask me them. So good luck, be safe, be healthy. See ya.